Today, we're going to talk college football winners on a Tuesday night, NHL plays as well, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 795 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not tracking your bets on Bookit, start tracking your bets today over there on Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. Bookit. I use it every single day, and you guys should as well. What a baseball game last night. My name's Jeffrey. Assuming that's what you're talking about, and not the NFL game. That was a snooze fest. Comedy should have won outright. I'll say it. They blew it. They had every opportunity in the first half. They should have been up 21-zip. Instead, tied 7-7 going into half, and too steep a mountain to overcome and climb. They're in the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. So, can't win them all. And the commies, just like our goat saying in the chat, Godsynth, Tressway might be the best player on the Commanders once again, and that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing.
He's unreal.
He's really good. He's really good. Reeves under. Yep, that was a good play, Austin. W's, way to hold us accountable there. Bronny late night under was there. Straight cardio. Sure he can. W Nikki Gourds. W YouTube chat. Winky Binky. Sam, what's up, boys? W Jovan and Goots. How we doing on a Tuesday morning?
Up and moving. Ready for some Frez and Frenzy. Still wiping the crusties out after late night Dodgers.
Yeah, that was insane. Crabs yourself for not staying up for it.
I tried, man.
Actually,
I tried. Fell asleep in like the 15th or 16th inning.
Yeah.
And I woke up to piss. Woke up to piss. Goots, you said it perfectly, I think, before the show here on our little pre-BTL meeting. The game the Blue Jays had to have.
Had to have
it. And while you're up here, Goots, might as well ask you, rip the Band-Aid off here. Are we getting a Goots POV for tonight?
Yeah, under 18 and a half innings in game 4.
Okay, land some juice.
Just see one go through the hoop.
Imagine they just run it back. 20 innings tonight.
That would be I go 0-11 because they have 19 innings tonight. That'd be
okay.
That'd be unreal.
Unreal.
The fact that it even took that long for the Dodgers to beat a team full of defensive replacements and pinch runners, though, is funnier than it's getting talked about.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we have Miles Straw ABs.
You got IKF back cleanup. You got
David Schneider.
Top
of the lineup. Like,
we don't need to get into this, but they pinch ran Kirk. I understand they're trying to win the game, those extras, and need someone quicker on the bases. But how good his bat is, I don't know. I might just let him run. And I think that was like 14th inning they took him out.
Also, I mean, how much faster is David Schneider?
Or how much faster is David Snyder's faster than Kirk? But how much faster is Taylor Heineman is more what you're asking there.
That's who
they pinch ran Kirk for him, catcher for catcher.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if Kirk was in that game and had those ABs that Heineman did, we probably have a different story this morning.
Dude, if they had anybody in that lineup, still not named Vlad, but I think probably win that game innings before.
Yeah.
And if they don't unnecessarily send guys with Vladdy on deck.
Yeah. Yep. Rough. Crazy game. Commanders was a good try. Yeah, T. Crizzy. They just don't have enough juice, man. They don't have enough juice. Last year was their year. They had all the luck in the world. Ball was bouncing their way. This year, not so much. Much of the opposite, to be honest with you. Injury bug. Some of the veterans are regressing, right? Fourth down conversions aren't happening. We're not capitalizing on those 2 picks we had against Mahomes last night. If you would have told me we got 2 picks against Mahomes before the game, I'd look you in the eyes and say we have a chance to win. Didn't. Game got out of hand quick. And the Blues. I mean, Zach, the Blues, horrendous bet last night And we're going back to them again tonight because I did not hear no bell, and we'll talk about that when we get to the Sharp Report. Must need. Officially a must need. Krabs, how do we not fade some of these guys being exhausted? They are humans. Yeah, Brian, but they're not your average Joe. And once that adrenaline starts pumping, I don't think it's going to change much or affect much. Kind of square, to be honest with you, leaning into that angle. But hey, it might work. Who knows? But fading guys because they played, 2 games last night instead of 1, that's not my kind of thing. Makes too much sense. All right, let's go ahead and move and groove in the recaps. No squad ride to recap. Let's go ahead and go right to the Sharp Report plays. Mariota, hook.
That was just.
Shot that fumble.
I didn't. So what even happened in that play? I still don't understand it.
I think he fumbled it, and we didn't really see it. But he fumbled it. The ball went out of bounds, and it bounced backwards a little bit. So they counted him as getting no rushing yards on that play.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Celtics was free. Trailblazers, great play. Was never the Bruins. Was never the Blues. And Derek White stinks. So does Joel Hofer, who gave up 2 quick goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. That guy's probably going to get cut.
He's really bad.
I mean, just a horrendous day for me yesterday. Horrendous day.
Good thing you got Benner in that tonight, Krabs, for you.
Well, could be the difference. Could be the difference. Shout out Tyquan Thornton. Again, guys, the system plays where they have low receiving yards and a longest reception square, and they're the same number. Keep an eye out for those puppies. Had some pretty good luck taking the less than on those pups. And yeah, I want to roast Jalen Lane here real quick. You got one job as a wide receiver. It's to fucking catch the football. If you can't do that, then what are you good for, man? And I'd love to back my Hokie. I'd love to sit up here and say, ooh, it was a bad ball, or ooh, he'll learn. He's a rookie. No excuses on muffin kickoffs. 0 excuses. And he had another drop as well. Playing receiver. Buddy, use your fucking hands. What are we doing? Jalen Lane, man, get it together or you're fucking out of here, buddy. Straight up. All right. Is there any way we could do a squad ride poll on another site and the link gets posted in chat? Ooh. Interesting idea, Ryan Kenny. There probably is some sort of free poll site.
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely do that. It's just it'd probably be less votes.
So inconvenient.
Less people are going to be clicking on a link and clicking the play, but that is a way around it.
Yeah. Well, if it happens again, we might have to do that, Goots.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
That can be arranged.
Unfortunately. Appreciate the heart, Goots, on a Tuesday morning. We got Sade Whiteman getting involved, dropping a 5-unit sub. Well, let's go, Sade. Attaboy. Attaboy, Sade. Come on now. Another angle on the Taekwondo play. The books didn't have a line for him. Yeah, I don't know where Prize Picks got that line when it was not up on the books. But, hey, another good-looking less than. Keep an eye out for those dual-wheeled longest reception and low receiving yard squares on Thursday night. We'll take a peep and see if there's any up for Thursday Night Football. Okay? And side note, if you guys thought you had enough Commanders primetime action, Sunday Night Football, Seattle at Washington. So, yeah, we got a crazy streak coming up here of a bunch of primetime, bunch of nationally televised games for the Commanders. Get used to them. You're going to be seeing them plenty. Wish it was last year, but
the primetime games for like the next couple weeks, I'm pretty sure just horrid.
Well, I mean, to be honest, Seattle Washington's gonna be a good game. It'll probably be a little lower scoring. Yeah,
that one might hurt the eyes.
Well, depends on who's playing QB for the Commanders.
That's probably not going to be Jaden, is it?
If I had to guess, I'd say probably not. Probably not. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, the next primetime games after that one are Cardinals, Cowboys on Monday, Raiders, Broncos on Thursday, Steelers, Chargers is a decent game. I guess so is Eagles, Packers, but then right back to Moose with Jets, Patriots right after that.
Yep.
That's just.
All right. Washington rushing attack is trash. I mean, against the Chiefs D-line, what the fuck are you supposed to do, man?
Also, the fact
The fuck are you supposed to do?
they're down. They're not going to run the ball. They're down 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't disagree. When they tried to run it, it didn't work. I'm with you on that. Would have loved to seen Debo get more involved in the backfield. It seems like they're not really rushing him back there with his heel injury. They're trying to preserve him. But, yeah, brutal game last night. I mean, I'd rather lose a game 100-0 than be tied at halftime with the Chiefs and then not score the entire second half. That shit hurts. It is what it is. It is what it is. Debo sold me on a 10X. I mean, why are you taking Debo when he's on one leg? I guess it's the real question. And shout out Debo for that pick as well. Right off the face mask. I mean, what are we doing? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough recapping. Let's hop into some winners for today. We got a lot of great games tonight. We got a World Series game. Wipe the crusties out tonight, folks. It's going to be another long night with the World Series game tonight. We've got 2 college football games. Every team in the NHL plays tonight. We got 1 million games, Frozen Frenzy. And we've also got, some NBA games as well. So plenty of sports to bet on tonight. If only we had the NFL, it would be another sports equinox. But hey, we'll take what we can get. Let's have a day. Let's start out with the Blues. I did not hear no bell. Jovan, in what world do the Blues open up -120 in this spot on a back-to-back against the 6-3 Detroit Red Wings, who are playing much better puck right now? They're coming off a win. Like I said, they're 6-3. They're winning 2 games for every loss. And the Blues have lost 4 straight games. And they're playing on a back-to-back. Sure, they're home. That's great. They were on the road last night against Pittsburgh. Probably got home late and, probably didn't get the best sleep after losing their 4th straight game in a row. I'm thinking they come into town pretty hungry in St. Louis today, and they end that streak against the Detroit Red Wings, who I think are a little bit overvalued, a little bit overrated right now. Sitting at 6-3, but we know that's not going to last with that squad. So, I want to take St. Louis once again. I'm not happy about it. I'm not excited about it, but I know it's a winner. So, cannot quit, cannot hear no bell, cannot give up here. Got to go back to St. Louis after blowing it last night with the worst goalie I've ever seen. Rumor has it we got a different goalie in net tonight. Could be the difference. Might end up being the starting goalie for the rest of the season with how bad that guy was last night. So give me the Blues. Yeah. Hungry dog runs faster.
You got the backup last night. Tonight's Bennington.
That guy might have to be released, and they might have to get the emergency goalie up and moving to be the backup because he was that bad.
Offer probably doesn't even deserve.
He was that bad.
An AHL backup, but
atrocious.
Just like always, this line fucking reeks because not only are they playing a back-to-back and Detroit's not, but Detroit just beat them 2 games ago.
Yep.
In a similar spot.
Super weird.
With Bennington in that, and he had the worst game of the season.
Heard they're calling up the Stars kid to make a start tonight.
Might need that.
Oh, you're talking about Ottinger. Fake Ottinger?
Yeah, fake Ottinger from the stands.
Against my Caps? Is he playing in Dallas or is he playing in net for the Blues?
No, you're
Did he ship him up to St. Louis? Oh. Can't be worse than that guy last night. And I'd rather have that fucking stinky kid, fake goalie in the net. Dude literally tweeted out, I reek like a locker room as he's on a date with the chick. I mean, come on. What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Bad, man.
That's just bad ball. Is what that is. Oaktown's finest. Krabs besides JD5. Y'all don't have any heavy hitters on offense. Ever heard of Terry McLaurin? Ever heard of Laramie Tunsil? Ever heard of Debo Samuel? Ever heard of Bill? How about Luke McCaffrey? Special teams goats.
Okay.
We got plenty of heavy hitters.
You had me for a while. You had me before Luke.
We got plenty of heavy hitters on offense. Oaktown's finest. I don't know what team you're watching, man, but Debo's hurt. Bill's struggling, sure. I agree, but where is he supposed to go? Behind that rat shit O-line. They can only block when the QB drops back. They can't run block for shit. So, let's move, let's groove. And hey, Luke McCaffrey had another great catch last night. Nobody's talking about it.
He did.
Nobody's talking about it. He did. We do need the Goots POD for tonight's Z-Bully. Cannot wait to hear if Goots has a winner. Maybe on the ice. No excuses. We got every team playing tonight. So it's now or never, Goots. It's now or never.
Now or never.
We got some DJ Fitz subbies getting involved. Let's go, Fitzy. Let's go, Fitzy. Attaboy. Appreciate you, Beast. You're goated, DJ Fitz. You're goated. Yeah, Tunsil is Himmy, but how about the other 4 guys on the line? And we had some injuries last night as well on the right side of the line, and it showed. I mean, Tunsil's great, but again, Trent Williams was great, but if the other 4 guys next to him weren't good, doesn't mean shit. You can't block the whole fucking D line, man. You know football or not. You need all 5 guys locked in. You need all 5 guys locked in. Last night they weren't. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, want to hear your sell job on your first straight bet. We'll stay on the ice.
Yep. Go to the Blue Jackets, which I think this line sneakily stinks because they're playing the Sabres in Buffalo, which the Blue Jackets get some weird respect sometimes, but the Sabres especially do. And sometimes they come through, sometimes they don't. Off the top of my head, I think a handful of games ago, they were minus 125, and we took that against one of the hotter teams in hockey and the Red Wings, and they came out on top. They've looked really good like the last 5 or so games, even like they split the little back-to-back with the Leafs. They've won against some better teams. They've even looked good in some losses. So the Sabres are playing really good hockey right now, and they always get line respect at home, yet they're not today. And I think there's a reason why. Because CBJ, who's had a little bit of an up and down last couple weeks, and some of their guys like Werenski, who was damn near MVP level last year, has been a fucking ghost. Shout out to Goat Whale so far. But they're a weird team. They're like not as bad as the Blues, but they're in the same boat as their expected stats are really good. They're, by the numbers, the best 5v5 defensive team in hockey, but their penalty kill is dog shit. They can't finish. So, like, everything's there. And against the Sabres defense, that's been a little better as of late, but I feel like this is the spot for their offense to get some goals in the net, but especially for them to make the Sabres very uncomfortable if all they're relying on is power play goals, which, again, the Sabres have looked good a little bit recently in the last couple of weeks, especially offensively. You're starting to gel a little bit. Tage is starting to get going. He historically does own the Blue Jackets, but when you're kind of pinholed in the special teams, I think that's exactly where the Sabres falter. So now they're going to have to be good 5v5. I don't think they're going to do it, and that's probably why, for the first time ever, it seems, they're not getting line respect at home, especially against a mid-level team.
Super weird and super down the back. The Blue Jackets here. Weird spot, weird line. Good to see them catching, I don't know, 10 cents of steam as well on the roads. You don't see that every day, folks. Super down. Super down. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We got Miguel getting involved, dropping a 5-unit sub whale. Let's go, Miguel. Attaboy.
Miguel.
Attaboy. Miguel Rojas, Sploogers. Sure we can. How about a 5-unit whale from Miguel Rojas? W follow from Henry Mann as well, getting involved. We got a hype train moving and grooving, folks. We have a hype train moving and grooving. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Gootsy, swinging around for me, will you? Let me take you to the gridiron. 2 plays I love tonight in college football. Starts out with my favorite play of the night. Texas State, plus 6.5 against JMU. JMU, are they going to make the playoffs? JMU coach, is he going to take a trip down to Blacksburg, 2 hours south, and be the next head coach down there? He might be. Bob Chesney, great coach. Might be a little distracted as well this week, huh? A little sleepy spot, too. You got to head down to Texas, facing off against a team that, I mean, let's be honest here, just an absolute disgrace the last 2 seasons, not just this year, but the last 2 years. Texas State got all the hype. Texas State was supposed to be, the next big thing. Last year more than this year for sure. But, I mean, this year they have not lived up to any sort of hype. They're 2-5 against the spread. They've lost 5 straight games against the spread. They've lost 3 straight games outright, Jovan, as favorites. They were minus 14.5 to Arkansas State, lost outright. They were minus 7.5 to Troy at home. They lost outright in that game. And they lost outright to Marshall, a depleted Marshall squad that has no clue what they're doing out there. What a joke from Texas State. What a joke from the squads. It's typically very high scoring, fun to watch. Their defense cannot stop a parked car right now. And then I'm looking at prize picks in this game, and I'm seeing some interesting squares. I'm seeing Barnett, his passing yards, very popular on the pop tab. Much, much lower on his passing yards than I would have expected against the Texas State defense that, again, it's like watching Bradley Beal play defense. They got no chance out there. It doesn't matter who he's facing up against. So pretty weird looking at some of the squares on prize picks for this game, and pretty weird seeing Texas State catch some steam down from 8.5 dogs to 6.5 dogs on this 3-game losing streak. They're sitting at 3-4 right now against 6-1 JMU, who, if they win a couple more games, this JMU team might be ranked. This JMU team might go to the college football playoffs if you're Memphis Tigers drop another game. So this Dukes team is legit. They got a great QB. They got a great squad, great coach, great culture, I guess is the right word, down there in Harrisonburg, Virginia. But a stinky line is a stinky line, and you got to bet on them. They don't come around often. Folks going to take advantage when they do. And plus 6.5 for Texas State here, looking pretty damn sharp, looking like the sharpest play of the day today. I'm all over Texas State and the Bobcats here, and their freshman QB, who's coming off his first pick in a while. I'm backing Brad Jackson to go out there, run all over the damn place, probably get 200 yards as well in the air, and maybe an upset here against JMU and the Dukes while coach is distracted, looking at where he's coaching next season.
Sure. Especially after their Brupa Bowl last week.
Yep.
Could be
JMU won the Virginia Bowl, right? They beat ODU in the battle of the two best teams in Virginia, 63-27.
Mid Nuck.
63. Nuck was dropped.
Nuck.
My goodness. Meanwhile, Texas State's out here losing to Marshall, Troy, and Arkansas State. What a joke. Oh, well, hungry dog runs faster, Jovan, and Texas State's certainly the hungrier dog tonight. Okay?
Your dog. Almost as hungry as Sade fucking dropping another 5 subs.
Sade is starving. Sade is absolutely starving right now. How about a 5-unit whale from Sade getting involved? Good to see it, Sade. You're him. Appreciate you, Beast. Sade, for everything you do, man. You come in here, splooge 5-10 subbies a day. You are the GOAT. We do it all.
It's like Embiid is supposed to play because they saved him for this half of the back-to-back. So probably isn't him. Who else could it be? I have no clue. Wanted to wait to figure that out, but that's easily the trappiest line of the day.
Okay. Might have to bet the Wizards tonight. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing Embiid questionable, but obviously, he sat out last game so that he could play tonight. Super weird. Trying to manage his left knee issues. And the Wizards, who should be 2-1, they blew a game to the fucking Hornets the other night. Oh,
not the Hornets.
Man.
Better. Playoff
Come on,
betters.
man. Banker Better, good to see you lurking in the chat, man. You said take a peep at Lou Dort points. I'll take a peep really quick. Whoa. Completely red. It's still Lou Dort. Big name guy, but certainly like the more than 9.5 points there for Mr. Lou Dort. Completely read out chart. He probably drops his first 10 piece of the season. All right. Swinging around, Gucci. We got another Jovan play here. Take us to the NBA. Take us to the association.
Yeah, the Knicks on the road, short favorites against Giannis and Milwaukee tonight. I love backing teams when they play weaker defenses, but they're coming off of like a couple super lower scoring games. So like the Knicks have weirdly, I don't want to say weirdly because it makes sense given their system, but it's weird to look up at like the advanced stats and see the Knicks offensively and defensively up near the top as 3-point shooting teams, not percentage wise, but as amounts. Basically like the games so far this year have turned into just 3-point shooting competitions, which is very odd to see for the Knicks, but the last couple games, it hasn't really translated into points. They scored only 105 in a win against the Celtics, that dog shit team, and they got stifled by the Heat defense. That's the first good defensive performance I've seen from the Heat so far this year over the weekend. So now they're coming to play a Bucks team where they're going to be able to get it a little more open. And if you want to keep turning it into a 3-point shooting competition, that's probably going to work well for the Knicks. And the Bucks are surprisingly also up there in 3-point shooting percentage-wise to start the year, but I think that's something that's going to fall off, even though like it's not strictly 3-point. Like Cole Anthony is shooting 70% from the field. He's their second leading scorer right now. AJ Green, which he only has one real job, but he's been super efficient at it. His numbers are pretty similar. Even like Torian Prince is giving them good off the bench from the perimeter. Like something's going to end here, and I think this is because the Knicks are going to open it up and get to this defense and be a little more disruptive than they've had anybody, I'm talking about the Bucks, be on some of those 3-point shooters. They're really going to put a lot on Giannis, which I'm sure tickles some gem for you, Krabs, seeing that his numbers keep trickling down. He's the taco now. He's on the pop tab. So a lot of different things can happen here. If you put a lot on him, I think this is going to open up a lot for the Knicks, and you're going to see a pretty good offensive performance. And God forbid that could be a disastrous situation for taco bettors, but I think it just might be.
Yeah, I'm ready to get hurt again on the Giannis rebound square. Maybe it's just fading the PRA. That's the taco, right?
Yeah, it's the taco.
It's a shame, man. It just goes more than every single game. At some point, though, you're going to see Giannis go less than. And I'll be on it. I don't care how long it takes. It could take months. I'll be on it. Tom Smooth said, please take Giannis under Krabs. We make my night as a Bucks fan. Tom Smooth, I don't care if you bet the Wizards because I don't really care what you do. So let's move on. What?
Krabs taking under rebounds makes your night as a Bucks fan. Like, that's going to fucking matter in the game.
That's just straight hate, man.
Like,
be
what?
Me. I got more important shit to do.
Should have ever heard.
Could not be me. Could not be me. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Got one more play for you guys. Let's stay on the gridiron. UTEP, Kennesaw State. This one is nasty. Shout out Kennesaw State, man. Shout out the Owls. They've ripped off 5 straight wins in a row. Unbelievable work there from Kennesaw State. 4 straight covers in a row. Unbelievable. UTEP, on the other hand, I mean, sure, they beat Sam Houston. Anybody could beat Sam Houston. Before that, Jovan, they were certainly struggling. Well, rumor has it, we're going to have a little QB change here at UTEP, which could be the difference, and probably why we're seeing UTEP catch a little bit of steam, down from 13.5 to 10 some places. Depends on where you're looking. 10, 10.5. You might be able to get a juicy line there, but this looks like one of the sharper plays of the week in college football. You got a team that finally ripped off the Band-Aid and got a big-time win, but again, can't credit it too much. It's Sam Houston. As much as I'd love to say differently, I can't. Got to fade Kennesaw State as well on this 5-game win streak. And back the road dog here in UTEP, looking to get their 3rd win of the season possibly, but at least covering with the QB change has to be done. I don't make the rules. And hey, UTEP beat them last year, so maybe they have Kennesaw State's number. Kennesaw State, let's not forget, this team just went FBS, and they've been significant overperformers. It's been honestly a treat to watch. Great story. They fired their coach out of nowhere before the season, and this guy who took over has done a great job, and now this team is 5-2 against the spread. They've won 5 straight games in a row. Like I said, they're coming off that road win by 20 points against FIU. Very impressive at Pitbull Stadium. Very, very impressive win. Cannot discredit that one. But UTEP, I think they have some momentum after beating Sam Houston. They also have a long week here, or a long bye, 2 weeks to prep for this game, which is massive in the mid-majors. You give a coach 2 weeks to roll out the new QB, 2 weeks to prep for this Kennesaw State Owls offense. I like our chances to keep this game within 10 points. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the spread. Give me the dog here, like both dogs on the gridiron tonight in college football.
Sure. I believe I saw a tweet that this is their biggest favorite spot, or the largest favorite they've been since being called up to FBS, Kennesaw State. I don't know if that was pre or post line move, but I'd believe it, I guess, either way.
All right. Well, let's hope both the dogs are barking on the gridiron tonight. I think one of these 2 dogs wins outright. A little more inclined to say Texas State, but who knows? With Tuesday night action going on, you never know. You never know. These games are madness. Okay. All right, swinging around. Jovan's got one more straight bet here for the peeps. Wow. How about it?
Yeah, trying to get one. Trying to get one. That was the only silver lining of, I guess, the Dodgers winning that game in the wee hours, is that they're coming off of the biggest win, a crazy emotional win, one of the craziest games they've been a part of, and honestly, the franchise's whole history. And now Trent's going there the next day. He ain't getting one, which the one part where I will say I do think it makes a little bit of sense fading guys off of that insane marathon of a game is the fact that one of them who played all 18 innings is pitching the next game. So you can have fun with that. That's something we've never seen before, so I'll pay to find out how well he does, and especially because it's against the Blue Jays of all teams, because they're not the regular team that, like, they obviously work at bats. They're going to work deep into counts. They're not going to strike out all that much, so it's tough at bats that you're going to have to grind through after that. So if there's any guy that I'm fine fading, he can do what he wants at the plate. Maybe he runs into one again. Who knows how much they're going to pitch to him, but he's going to have to pitch himself against a lineup that is a little more rested than he is, too, because they took a lot of their guys out fucking early because they couldn't run, they couldn't play defense, whatever it may be, all of them except Vladdy. Have fun pitching that lineup. I think it's going to be fun. Once you get into the bullpen, God knows what's going to happen in this game. I think that favors the Blue Jays because they're a little deeper, I guess, back there at this point. They use pretty much all of their arms, both teams did, but if anybody's fresher in the slightest bit, it's the Jays with what they have there, and they can match up a little better at the least. But I think the Jays are scoring runs off of Ohtani today. I think the bats are alive, and Shane Bieber might give up one or two. One of the Dodgers is probably going to run into one, but other than that, I think he's going to pitch relatively fine. I don't think he's going to go out there and pitch perfect. This isn't a game where I'm banking on super tired bats, defensive kind of slugfest where, not in the literal sense, you have a bunch of pitching. It's really the battle of chaos, especially towards the end of this game, which I think if they hit up Ohtani early, which I do think they're going to, and they grind out at bats, you get into the back of the bullpen, I feel a lot more confident about the Blue Jays in that spot than the Dodgers. I think the series is evened up or even going to extra innings, and God knows what's going to happen after that.
Whoa. Wouldn't that be something? All right.
That would be nuts.
I doubt George Springer plays tonight. Looks like he had some sort of oblique injury.
Yeah, I would doubt.
It's probably done for the series, unfortunately. It's not good.
Yeah, oblique slinger.
Yep. Saw that with my guy Dylan Cruz this year. Sucks. Yeah. All right. Yeah, do you think Ohtani just gets walked every at bat?
As much as they can.
Yeah. Unless the bases are cocked. He's probably getting walked.
Yeah, unless the bases are cocked or you're not going to walk him to start the game. That's about it.
Okay. Might be a good less than situation for him offensively, too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. W sell job. And look, you had me at Trent not getting one boots on ground. So W play there. I like your chances. And I like Shohei less than, what does he have up? God, he doesn't have a hit run RBIs or a total bases you can take the less than on. That's moose shit. You can only take his less than fantasy score. And if he gets walked 4 times, that's cake. Oh.
Then you could go on the pitching side.
Ooh.
Since you want to push that less than button. Or I guess, depending on the square, you can click the more than button because he's got a 4.5 hits allowed square on the board, which
yes, he does.
Obviously is a little incorrect chart-wise because fucks up when he just hits, but you get the point.
I'm surprised they don't give you a Shohei fantasy score combo. A built-in, I guess you could just take both the squares, but why don't they give you a built-in hitter and pitcher fantasy score for him, right? I'm surprised they're not pushing that.
Yeah, honestly.
I guess technically you could just take both squares, right? Now you can take the same guy twice, which is kind of cool. But all right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some squares. Speaking of squares, let's talk about some squares. Sorokin ain't giving up 3 tonight. I don't even think he gives up 2. He might not even give up 1 in this game. Sorokin and the Islanders, who I like to keep this game low scoring. The chart completely green as well. The guy's given up 3+ goals every game so far this season, Jovan. And they got this puppy fresh off the press, right on the board for you to take the more than on. Looks like cake to me, personally. And I want to back Sorokin, a guy who I know is better than he's been playing against a Bruins team that's starting to struggle right now after hot starts. They've lost 4 of their last 5. To me, it looks like the perfect time to fade the Bruins and back Sorokin to bounce back in net after a tough start to the season. And I like the spot for the Islanders as well to play hard. They were playing great right before their last loss to Philly. In that last game a couple nights ago. They're well rested right now. Before that, they ripped off 4 straight wins, though. So they'll be eager to get back in the win column. They'll get some heart going from that defense in front of Sorokin as well, and hopefully limit the shots, get some blocks. Love the less than 2.5 goals allowed, and love the completely green chart.
Sure.
All right. Only time Krabs takes more than is with RB steak nuggets. Okay. Well, Big Cheesy, I don't really understand that, but I certainly enjoy those steak nuggets. I certainly enjoyed them. And yeah, I've seen the picture going viral of the dude with 100 steak nugs on his plate. That might be 1 too many steak nugs. I'll say it.
That's more than 1 too many.
Yeah. How about the video from a week or 2 ago? I wish we saw that. I tried to find it earlier. The guy literally had so many steak nuggets on his plate that they were falling off onto the ground. He was picking them up, putting them back on his plate. How about that video?
It was literally you.
I know you remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. All right. Talk about getting your protein. W macros as well. If you're a gym guy, you might be a fan of the RB steak nugs. You just might be. You just might be. Hashtag not an ad. W Peak Sour getting involved. 7 stream streak. And W Book of Chew getting involved. What's up, squads? Good to see you, Ron. Hope you're doing well. Just get a Ruth Chris at that point. I mean, yeah. Or you can get 100 steak nuggets for half the price. Everything in that sports guy?
That sounds like hell.
Yeah. So one of my punishments for fantasy football with my league with my buddies, everybody gives a punishment. You put them on the wheel, and then every week one of my buddies spins it and takes off one of the punishments, and you move on to the next week. Okay. One of the punishments is to beat Joey Chestnut's record in 10 days.
Nah.
Right? So he ate, 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes?
Nah.
The joke is the punishment is to beat Joey Chestnut's record. So 77 hot dogs in 10 days. Not 10 minutes like Joey, 10 days. Which, by my calculations, that's 7.7 hot dogs per day.
You had to have been the one to submit.
Oh, no, it was not me. It was my old roommate. And I'll tell you right now, I can already tell. I can feel it. That shit's about to win. That's going to be the last punishment standing. But I was talking about that with my buddies, Jovan. Like, I feel like that's at the point where it's not safe. It's probably not safe to eat that many dogs, right?
8 dogs a day.
8 dogs a day for 10 days. Hot dogs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, we know it's not healthy, but is it safe? So, like we were talking about, somebody could get hurt. Somebody could get hurt doing that punishment. Not safe.
What if they say you got to break the record with the Ranger Stadium dollar dogs?
Ooh, I would politely quit the league and they would never hear from me again because there's no fucking shot I'm doing that. Although it'd be good for the wallet, right? You get a little discount there. Those hot dogs are not hot dogs. Those are plastic. Those are fake. They're boiled. Talk about boiled. They're literally boiled dogs. They're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. 8 glizzies a day, huh?
That's insane.
8 glizzies a day. Oh, gross. Cannot be safe. Cannot be healthy. Nope. My point is, though, you could do another punishment. You could throw in, 100 Arby's steak nugs in a week. Could be. Could be. Yeah.
You tell me that shit tastes like real steak, Krabs.
I mean, I look better than some steaks I've had at steakhouses.
Krabs, man.
Don't knock it till you try it, man. Don't knock it till you try it. In the lab. Buns do not have to be involved, Mikhail. That's a good point. We've been talking about this in the group chat a lot because it's getting to the point where we're through half the punishments. It's starting to look like a realistic option. Not good. Not good. The buns don't have to be involved. Okay, but you probably start out with a couple OGs, right? You start out with a couple normal hot dogs the first day. You just go to town on those puppies, try to eat as many as you can. And then the rest of the 9 days or whatever, I mean, you're probably cutting fucking hot dogs up, putting them in pasta. You're probably just eating dogs. No buns whatsoever, just trying to get through the challenge. That's miserable. That is absolutely a miserable challenge that I'm praying every week does not end up winning.
Wait, where you at in that league?
I'm looking better now after 2 straight wins. Thank God.
Okay.
But still in the bottom of the league. This is a league where I have Bill and Pork as my running backs.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So anything could happen, but there are about 4 guys below me in the standings now. Okay. I got Bill and Pork as my RBs. I had CeeDee Lamb. He's back now. I started Xavier Hutchinson. Shout out you for that read in this league last week, and I scraped out a win. I got Chris Boswell as my best player.
Huge.
In that league. Huge. Huge. What do you guys think, Chad? Is that the worst punishment you've heard of for a fantasy league? 77 dogs in 10 days.
It's pretty bad, but there's probably worse ones.
I mean, maybe like having to get a tattoo, maybe.
Yeah, could be one. Have you heard the new bagpipes one?
Well, I read the chat, Goots.
No.
I read the chat.
Playing the bagpipes, streets of Baltimore at midnight until I get $50.
Goots, that's how you get hurt.
No, it's not. I'd get $50 in a heartbeat.
Goots, you might not make it through the nights.
Yes, I will, Krabs.
Playing the bagpipes in the streets of Baltimore, you play on the wrong corner.
I know the people on those corners.
You and those bagpipes are gone.
What do you mean you know the people on those corners, Goots?
Goots, you don't know shit. You don't know those peeps.
I know people.
No. No, you don't. By the time you're going to get robbed and mugged before you even get to $20.
It's just not.
No, man.
No.
You might need security.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Mikhail asked about CFB Fantasy. I'm working on it. We're going to do it.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, Goots has shown that earlier. Anybody in here be interested in doing some CBB fantasy basketball? Could probably get a lot of teams. Could probably get like 100 teams. A lot of players.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want the league
That'd be
to be
fun to
that
organize.
big. That'd be kind of insane, to be honest. I don't even know how we'd schedule that, but
What's the maximum teams you could even do in that league?
I
Have you
can
looked
look,
at that,
but
or?
I was
I'm
thinking
curious.
we could do like 12 to 16 around there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Or maybe 77 for the
Yeah.
amount of hot dogs I'm going to have to eat.
Okay. All right.
All right. Speaking of prize pick squares, let's reel it back in here, folks. Brad Jackson ain't throwing a pick tonight. Brad Jackson, a freshman who's been one of the guys in this Texas State team who's not been the issue, in my opinion. He's also been using his legs a lot more the last couple weeks, and I think that continues once again tonight. I like his more than rushing yards as well, but decided to go with the less than pick square that has treated me pretty darn well so far this season, besides Geno and besides Herbert the other night. Pretty sure every other square I've given for the less than in this category, knock on wood, has turned green. So let's run it back again tonight with Brad Jackson coming off a pick in his last game, his first pick in a while. I think he keeps the ball secure. I find it hard to believe Texas State covers this game or potentially wins outright if Brad Jackson makes a mistake. So I'll take him to not throw a pick tonight against JMU on the brightest of stages with the lights extra bright, turned up real nice. And I think he runs the rock a lot more. And I think it could be a winning game script at some point in this game. And that's why you see both guys passing yard squares a little bit lower than you'd expect. So, yeah, I like the under in the game, but I certainly like Texas State, and I like Brad to keep that football secure. No picks tonight for the freshman.
Sure. Shout out, Brad.
Yep. All right, let's move. Let's groove. I want to hear your squares. What are you cooking up over there?
Take you to, I guess, the same game as Sorokin. Pasternak. I saw his tweet this morning, which is he's had back-to-back games with one SOG, which is his lowest back-to-back game shot total since the 2018-19 season, which is crazy to think about. But after a blowout loss or like a really bad performance from the Bruins, no matter which team it is, I love to take Pasternak because he comes out pissed off and ripping. Last night, especially, I mean, they're getting killed. He wasn't even ripping while they were down a bunch of goals. He was figure skating. He was being too cute. He was passing off to guys that weren't shooting the puck. And now you play on a back-to-back after that against a goalie specifically where the, I guess, book on Sorokin this year has just been throw shots on the net against him because he's letting a lot of really poor shots in. If you're Pasternak, you haven't shot the puck in 2 games. You didn't do shit last night along with the rest of the team. And you were deferring to guys you shouldn't be deferred to, frankly. You're playing a goalie and you're playing a team who allows a lot of shots. The Isles have picked it up a little bit lately as they've started to look a little better, but those deep pairings are cat shit and they're super undisciplined. So they will let you have whatever you want towards the net. And Sorokin's in net. He's going to be tossing at the net, I think, all night. I think this is one of those games where Pasta gets like an immediate 2 to start the game, and then he continues ripping and helps if they're down. They're big dogs on a back-to-back, but we'll see how the game script plays out. But I love his SOGs tonight. And then Miles Bridges gets to play the Heat. The Heat are playing at, I believe, still the fastest pace in the NBA right now, which is crazy to think about because they completely flipped what they've done for years now, and I'm glad they did. Something's working. They've looked great, actually. But now they get to play a game. I never thought I'd see a Heat total in the 240s after what we've seen the last couple of years, but that's where we are with the Hornets today. And I think the Hornets honestly might win this game outright. We'll see what happens there. But with no Brandon Miller, like wings have been tearing the Heat to shreds because defensively they are. Frankly, Cone's there in a bunch of different places. They'll let you get to the rim. They'll also let you get more physical on the boards. You can look at what wings that frankly don't even rebound have been doing to them over the first couple of games. I think it's going to be something to continue. So I don't know if this is like a LaMelo Ball game. I don't think this is a game where like the shooters are going to be elite for the Hornets, but I think this is a game that is obviously going to be very fast the way that both of these two teams play. And I think the biggest asset on that is a wing who's super aggressive and can also get on the boards in Miles Bridges. So this feels like his game where he's super aggressive and also just more physical than anybody on the Heat is right now.
Okay. All right. I'm in. Let's hope Pasternak doesn't put it in as a net. Let's hope he just keeps ripping them. And they get safe from my guy Sorokin. But
at least one.
All right. All right. And then Miles Bridges against your Heat. All right. Sounds good. WAL 100 sub bang as well. Why not us, gents? WAL 100s. We appreciate you, Beast. You're goated. W sub. W sub. Randope said David Pasta goal POD. Wow. Huh.
Yeah, you might get one.
Well, Yeah, I hope not for my Prize Pick Square's sake, but who knows? If he's ripping 3, he might score. All right. Or 4, excuse me. Let's move. Let's groove. W Prize Pick Squares. I did lock in the link to the Shark Report format. Let me go ahead and drop that for you guys. We are so due to cash one of these puppies. Maybe it's tonight. Maybe it's tonight. Let me lock in, give you guys this link real quick, and then we'll move on. We'll probably take a peep at the hockey slate. I know you guys are probably pretty bricked up for this loaded hockey slate. Frozen Frenzy. Every single team plays tonight. Wild. And I'd love to hear some of Jovan's thoughts.
Sure.
Here's a link if you guys want to tail. Boom. There it is. There it is. WL100s. Appreciate you getting involved, man. Say there's a link right there. Let me know if you need any help. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to play the Wizards at home tonight. Side note. But
yeah,
before we get there,
gonna
have to be done. Yep. Before we go there, let's head over to the ice. I want to ask Jovan about some of these games. Loaded slate today. Can we fade the Penguins today? I mean, we have to lay some juice, I guess, with the Flyers, but are the Penguins fadeable? They can't keep getting away with it. I want to fade them so bad.
Yeah, I mean, even off a back-to-back, I would say that line's pretty nuts. I don't know if you're going to catch me laying minus 150 or whatever it is with the Flyers.
Yeah, minus 160 now. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot, but
okay.
That's probably a lot for a reason.
All right. I certainly lean Philly. I might end up playing it myself. That might just be a spike bet, though. Fucking hate that team in Pittsburgh. I'm sure Goots can back me up on that. That could be the Goots POD Goots. Flyers ML. 1.5U POD. That's it. You know how you eat the juice, Goots? You just add an extra half on that puppy.
First game of the night, Krabs. Come on.
Get it over with. And that way, if it loses, you could drop a second sneak POD. Get your lick back. You got a chance for 2 Goots PODs.
Emergency POD.
You could have an emergency backup POD. Yep.
You got to put shots up, man.
Get your shots up. You're not going to hit if you don't get your shots up, man. Straight up. Dill Gods. CBB next week. Come on. Goots might be waiting until CBB to place his next POD, to be honest with you. But W. Dill Gods, getting involved. We appreciate you, Beast. Better be real, not fake like Trent's PODs. I mean, if there's one thing about Goots, it's that he's real. And I'm sure he's locked in every single one of those bets.
I'm placing these wagers, chat. You're getting locked in.
Trent Moral Max. Jay's shit.
Yeah, this isn't Trent 10 U's being 1 U because he puts 10 U's on every play. He's 1 unit plays every time. Oh,
well, maybe tonight you go 2 U's. Change the vibes.
I don't like this coaching out of you. You're trying to make me lose more money.
Hey, I'm not saying 10 U's. I'm not saying bump your units up. I'm just saying to get off the schneids. Maybe that's what the gambling gods want to see. Just a little bit more heart.
They might.
More heart.
They might.
Right? Brings Picks is saying we got Bruce Arians in VT gear on the McAfee show right now. I think he goes on there every week. And yeah, people forget he's a Hokie. Great guy. Me and Jovan are big fans of Bruce Arians for different reasons. But yeah, he's also involved in our coaching decision coming up here. And I'm happy to hear that. We got a smart dude with a brain that works. We might have a say at the next head coach of VT. Also, side note, I saw the odds updated on that offshore. I need a name drop, but James Franklin, nowhere in sight now on the odds for the next Hokie head coach. Nowhere in sight. You know who was the favorites? You want to take a guess?
Who?
Fucking John Gruden.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something?
Honestly, that would fit. That would fit.
He has that blue collar lunch pail mentality, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
He certainly would fit with the culture. And that was a rumor a couple years ago after Beamer hung him up. And Hokie Nation has kind of hung on to that puppy. But hey, the odds don't lie. Doesn't mean it's a lock. He was still like plus 400. But how about John Gruden as the odds-on favorite to be the next Hokie head coach? That might make too much sense on a gelato. Yep.
That would give me to buy in, dude.
I mean, yeah, dude, anybody would get me to buy in. You know how I roll. Doesn't take much. Does not take much. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Anything in Toronto and the Flames game, Jovan?
Does kind of feel like we get a good Wolf game in Toronto. Kind of like this under. I don't know if I can trust the Flames offense to actually score goals. So they're bad.
Okay.
Really bad team.
Well, I like the splits for this under. That's for sure.
Yeah. Not too surprising.
Okay. All right. What else we got, Goodsy? A lot of games to get to, but I appreciate you pulling up the splits here so we can take a peep at what people are betting on. People betting on the Hurricanes against Vegas tonight. They're up to minus 150, catching some serious steam after 2 losses in their last 3 games. Vegas also off of back-to-back losses. Interesting.
Yeah, they did just smack the Canes in Vegas to stop that little winning streak on the road. I think it was like a week and a half ago. So I'm not running to go back them again. It's another one where I don't really care to play minus 150 on the Canes. Not because they're a shit team and don't deserve it, but in this game with Vegas coming off of 2 pitiful offensive showings, kind of screams something's up.
All right. You're not worried about those Vegas spread bets either. People are probably betting the ML. In this one still, It's not too juicy.
It's not a real spread.
No. Who the hell's taking that? Probably people taking parlays. Okay. Columbus and Buffalo. You've already talked about the Blue Jackets on the ML against Buffalo, which I like to see them catching more and more steam every time I look at them. Good. Anaheim and Florida. Ducks have been impressive a little bit this season. They're coming off a loss, and they've lost 3 of their last 5, but still have a winning record. I know this Ducks team, they had a little bit of hype for having a good young squad, good young core before the season, but people probably don't expect this team to have a winning record. Florida, on the other hand, defending 2-time champs, they're barely at 500 right now. They have won 2 of their last 3, but this ain't your mom and pa's Florida Panthers. Jovan, could this be another opportunity to fade potentially here? Or are you staying off and you think maybe Florida gets hot?
I think they might get hot, starting with the Bruins game was the one I took them in reg. They had like that not long, it was a couple days, but like the layoff where Brad Marchand had the whole team like just booling in South Boston for a couple days before they played the Bruins. Like I feel like that was a reset that team kind of badly needed, and it showed, even though they won that game in a crazy fashion. But the offense has been much better than the last handful of games. They scored 4-3-3 in the last 3 games. They just shut out VGK in a really good performance. So they're not a team I want to fade, not because they're the defending 2-time champs, but because I feel like this is probably where they start putting it together a little bit, especially against shit teams and the Ducks.
Okay. All right. What else we got, Gootsy? Couple other early games here. Take a peep. Islanders and Bruins. You like the Bruins in this one, or just Pastrnak?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to go near pushing the button, but after last night's game, they're on a back-to-back. Line should probably even be fatter, I think, despite how bad the Isles have been. And the fact that there's no Swayman in net. Something's going to be up in this game. I think it just might be the Bees.
Okay. Scroll down a little bit here, Goots. I think I see Pastrnak as the second most popular market. Oh, boy.
Yeah, he's the best player on the ice.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope that doesn't bite us in the butt. Let's take a peep at Tampa and Nashville. Jovan, I want to hear your thoughts on your Lightning, who are coming off of back-to-back wins, but still under 500 on the road in Nashville tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, big, I guess, kind of motivation game still for Stamkos. But I don't know. They've looked a lot better defensively the last couple games. There was like a blip or 2 against the Ducks in the game they won, and then they completely shut down VGK, which maybe that was a little more VGK bad than them good. But going on the road now, I kind of have a little more confidence in them defensively, especially when they're playing a team that can't really generate much in the Preds. It's like, I don't know. It's in the group of would I lay it? No. Do I want to fade them? Absolutely not either. So I think they win.
All right. Don't want to fade him either. That's fair. That's fair. Any late night Geysermans here?
I mean, there's maybe the most public play in the entire season so far in Colorado tonight.
Talk to me.
I mean, it's the most overlooking game of all time, hence why it's been on the feed 75,000 times so far this year after they just played and the game went over in a 4-3 game that probably should add even more goals than that. So, I mean, if there's any blind just Krabs fade on the board, it's probably that with the amount of people I've seen taking that bet today. And the fact that it opened up at 6-2 and there's still some sixes sitting out there is crazy to me.
Okay.
But that bet, if that bet does not hit, the entire Twitter gambling community is in cat shit tonight.
No goalie squares up for that game yet, or no goals allowed squares up for the goalies in that game yet. I'll keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. All right. I mean, yeah, it certainly worries me a little bit, just fading the most public play on the ice, because sometimes they just hit. You look like a fool, but
they don't fucking cake every time. But that one just feels weird because it's not only squarest play, easiest looking play on the board, but it also is the same play that just hit in the game 2 days ago.
Yep. Certainly makes me like the under more. I'll tell you that much. Do you think the Mammoth, who are 8-2 and on a crazy win streak right now, you think they stay hot? They're plus 130. Doesn't look like the books think they still stay hot. They open up at plus 145 though, so they are catching some steam. Thought there'd be some more bets on them with how hot they've been. But what are your thoughts on the Mammoth and the Oilers?
It's a big ask. They're going on this little. I think this is the last game of their road trip because I think I saw they play the Bolts in a couple days in Tampa. But yeah, Blues, Wild, Jets. First 3 legs of this crazy road trip, they dominated every game. Even though the Jets game, last game was a little close, that was a little deceptive, but pretty much dominated every game. So now they're looking to close it out perfect against the Oilers. I wouldn't be so sure they're going to do it. Those puck line splits might be kind of legit because they opened to like plus 150 straight on the ML. So that's actually like a somewhat playable puck line until now. There's been a little bit of steam down their way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest teams in the NHL. Not named. Maybe the Devils, even though they're a little injured and dealing with some stuff right now. But Mammoth have been unbelievable. And they get to go to Edmonton tonight. God forbid they drop a game on the road trip with the Oilers coming off of back-to-back losses.
Huh. Certainly like the Oilers there. And also, side note, I kind of like the ads.
Yeah.
I know we talked about maybe that crabby under. Certainly can get on board. I kind of like the ads. They've lost 4 in a row. The Devils have won a bunch of games in a row. And the Devils open up that fat of dogs. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like my lab work going on 10.
Dudes, man.
I'm
that
serious.
Could be it right there.
The hot streak team, fade them. They always fucking win. They always win.
Then maybe make it the POD goods.
I mean, I have been fading the Mammoth like twice.
Oof. Well, am I hearing little Goots POD vibes in this game tonight? Maybe you go back to the well.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Don't overthink it, Goots, but also don't underthink it. Okay, make sure you think it the right amount. Okay. And Pacheco GG sprained MCL. I hate Pacheco. I hate the Chiefs. I hate them. I hate the team. I hate Taylor Swift. I hate Pacheco. I hate Andy Reid. I hate Pat Mahomes.
GG.
I hate them all. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Late night game tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, LA, San Jose. Kind of a big favorite for LA there on the roads. Total down from 6.5 to 6. Is it the late night under in this game tonight? Splits make me think so.
Yeah, I don't know if it's late night under.
Do want to mention something in this game. I don't know if you saw Bedard's interview after they played the Kings, but he said they play slow, and he said they're a very boring hockey team. And he wasn't trying to take a dig at him, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings, take that to heart a little bit and pull up the tempo a little bit tonight against the Sharks' move shit defense.
Yeah.
he was basically saying they parked the bus, kind of like a soccer team. Like it's hard to enter the zone against them. They kind of play back. They don't really do much in the offensive zone. So I don't know. Something to think about.
Certainly makes me want to stay off the late night under.
Yeah.
That's for sure, dudes.
It's not like they're playing Bedard, but, they're coming off that game.
Sure, they heard the chirps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say that. The Sharks top line is playing with a lot of confidence right now. Looks pretty fun. Looks pretty good. It's going to be a lot on their shoulders tonight. So if they're going to break that fourth wall of the Kings defense, it's a lot on their shoulders. Do I trust it? Maybe, maybe not, but I could get down with some goals. Seems like in that Kings Sharks game, no matter if it's Sharks crazy upset or the Kings like blowing them out, somebody always has foot on the gas pedal. It gets ugly one way or the other. A majority of the time, I would say. Should be good for goals.
Certainly. I think I also just saw Trent tweeting out about the Nerfy in the MLB game tonight. Can we go take a peep at the splits in the World Series game tonight? Let's see what people are betting on. I think we could probably take a pretty good guess. See, more bets on the under because people are expecting a snooze fest probably after last night's. It might make too much sense. Might be a triple reverse fade.
Might be.
Okay. Not a lot of people betting Toronto, but handful of peeps. All right. Most popular prop, Shohei strikeouts. Surely that hits. Along with Shane Bieber strikeouts. Okay. So you can go ahead and bank on those guys for not hitting their props. All right. Maybe a little combo less than Ks for both starters. Ooh.
I know that.
Wonder if they have that.
Tickles Krabs, Jeff.
Wonder if they have that up. No, they don't yet. Damn. Well, they do have the Shane Bieber and Shohei Ohtani Nerfy square, and Trent's already talking about the Nerfy, so maybe it's the Nerfy.
Just fade everything Trent's going to be on, boots on ground. It's probably a good strategy.
You're winning 8 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Yeah, no surge today, guys. Trent is at the World Series tonight. Pick 6. Stay posted, man. Could be a triple reverse fade there on the OVA. Could be. All right, let's move. Let's groove. I want to take a peep at the splits on the gridiron tonight and see what people are betting on in these 2 moose shit college football games. Maybe a hot take. I prefer these college football games than I would a ranked matchup.
See, that's just...
I do.
I'm okay with, fucking with the games, but it gets to a point, Krabs.
Yeah, just gets to a point.
All these big games, these big matchups, you know what happens 8 times out of 10? Those games stink. They go under.
That's
snooze
perfect
fest.
for you,
Too
though.
much pressure. And
These midweek games,
money on it, but
these midweek games just don't have the same aura as like a Bradley Drake on Tuesday night in college basketball.
Well, you might have me there, Goots, but
they just don't. Like those mid-major college basketball games have way more aura than the Texas State JMU.
I'll tell you right now, I'd rather watch Bobcats Dukes than Texas Ohio State. I would.
You're telling me you'd rather watch Brad Jackson lace him up than world's largest cocktail party this weekend.
This is one of the best QB matchups of the season. Freshman Brad Jackson. You got Alonzo Barnett, future Hokie probably. The guy's liking my tweets. And then I'm fading the next day. It's the most crab shit ever. Has to be done. This is the QB matchup of the century. Nobody's talking about it. Z Bully, if you're making life decisions based off of what Hitman is taking on the books, look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror, hit the reset button, change your life, start today. Do everything differently than you've been doing so far, because if you're doing that and taking that into consideration, you need help. Okay? It's okay to get help. It's okay to ask for help. All right? If you're banking on Hitman's tweets, and seeing what side he's on and caring about his opinions, maybe go get that help. Okay? All right. Looks like JMU, pretty popular late piece tonight, huh? Wow, look at that. A lot of people saying no way the Dukes lose this one, huh? I think they might lose outright. I'll say that right now. Favorite play of the day, Texas State and the Bobcats on the spread.
The Cats.
On the spread. Cats. All right, what about the other college football game tonight? Can we take a peep at that puppy? Now, this might be game of the night here. This might be game of the night. This might be game of the week. Miners, Owls.
Game of the week.
Miners, Owls, game of the week. Look at the splits. Look at all the people betting that under. You might get a game of the week.
Game of the week.
Might be 100 points in this one, Jovan. Yep. Total in this game is up 3 points, up from 48.5 to 51.5. This could be game of week. QB change in there for the Miners. Don't let the blue-collar Miners get hot. Might be too late. And then the Owls have been hot. They might cool off. I think the Miners make it 2 wins in a row. Shock the world. They win this one outright. Any thoughts there?
They look so much better with Skylar Locklear. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So much better. So they need him in there. And I'm glad they finally put the Malachi Nelson shit to bed because he's fucking terrible.
He's just not a good QB, man.
No, he's not. And he's a one-read quarterback. He has no idea what he's doing in the pocket. He doesn't get the ball to the playmakers / pretty much just Kenny Odom doesn't get him the ball. Locklear does, which they'll need.
Yep. Game of the week. You guys heard it here first. And if you're looking for a square in this game, how about the most popular square of the day in college football, Christian Moss? People are taking this square for 2 reasons, and they're not taking the less than. They're taking it because the guy's last name is Moss, and they're taking it because if you take his demon, 59.5 receiving yards, the chart is still green. I'm going to have some coins on the less than normal square. I'll tell you that right now. I will. I'll be fading Christian Moss on Kennesaw State here. And back in that UTEP Miners blue-collar secondary to go out there and show up and show out. I will. Thoughts on fading Moss?
I mean, I would feel better about it if I thought they were going to win the game.
Okay.
But I'm with you. That's probably cake. There's more than.
Yep. Probably don't want to make a habit out of taking less thans in that Kennesaw State UTEP game, but most popular square being a demon.
I would take less than the game of the week, Krabs.
Well, and it's Christian Moss, who people probably are clicking buttons thinking he's related to Randy or some shit. Or Santana, maybe. That might have to be an auto fade. I'll say it.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pip. Pip's got superior ball knowledge here. Kennesaw is about 45 minutes from the big ATL. Okay.
Yeah, Kennesaw gets bumping, dude.
Really?
It's bumping. Kennesaw homecoming
was
nuts.
Death being point at earth, Krabs. Last college football game you can ever watch. Give me the teams. What is it?
I can only watch one more college football game the rest of my life.
One more.
I mean, well, the answer would be VT versus UVI. I can just watch them spank that ass again. Obviously.
If it couldn't be that. If it couldn't
involve the Hokies?
Yeah. Or UVA.
Ooh. I'm probably going FAU Sam Houston. Okay. That game's getting 80 points.
Dude, what?
That game's getting 80 points. You're getting turnovers, pick sixes, fumble recoveries, stops the goal line, return for touchdowns for 99 yards. I'm going the Owls, and I'm going the Bearcats with a K. Yep. Give me Sam Houston.
That's just, you don't want to watch that, Krabs.
I do, and I will. Yep. Sam fucking. Jovan, you know them yams are touching the mac and cheese down there. Okay. I don't even know what that means, Pip, but I'll let you boys have that one.
Save that one, Krabs. It's facts.
As Navy gear on, and we come up with Sam Houston. Hey, I'm trying not to be biased here, Dragon Slayer. Of course, I love to watch Army Navy in a standalone game, support the troops.
Yeah, how did you not say Army Navy?
Well, try not to be biased over here. I'm getting yelled at for saying, why don't watch the Hokies beat down the fucking Who's? Which, by the way, we're going to do that again this season. Good luck stopping the run down there in Charlottesville. You got a locomotive train coming, a big three with Hawkins, Stewart, and Kyron Drones running it down your fucking throats. I might have to go to that game.
Big three, Krabs.
That's a big three.
The big
Yes.
three of what?
I just named them.
I know.
The Russian attack of the century, a top 5 Russian team in college football. Kyron Drones, Hawkins, and Terrion Stewart, the bowling ball.
The big three.
That's the next Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, if I've ever heard it.
That is just. Kyron Drones and a big three is where you lose me.
If I could pick any matchup, I'd probably say Navy and VT because I just love both those teams.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Drone strike inbound in Charlottesville in a couple weeks, folks. We got a look at lineup for that one yet, Gootsy? You see that puppy up on the green book by chance?
No way we got those lines up.
They have it up on Pickett Pro. Ooh.
Not a shot.
It's probably what, week 13, I believe.
14. I'm seeing no lines.
Could be 14. Okay. VT is going to be dogs on the road.
Also, I want to share this because I think I just found Crowd's burner and it's very funny.
Of what?
Okay.
Bear with me here.
I hope not.
Kyron Drones big three, man. I can't believe that was real.
You got to respect it, props and chops. Got to respect it.
Unbelievable school spirit.
Look, man. Might not be the biggest, might not be the strongest, might not be the fastest, might not be the smartest. But I got the most heart. That I know.
You know?
That I know.
That might be in question. I'll say it, Krabs.
How?
That just has to be your burner.
That has to be Krabs' burner.
Run the damn ball. Is that Castle Coliseum with the confetti going up? I think it is.
Deport Whitback Cup and the is Fire Pride.
Fire Pride. Yep. Love it. Love it. W profile picture as well. The LinkedIn hashtag.
Open to work.
Kyron Drones on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but Krabs, you haven't been back since graduation. You had Ron Rivera in town with a squad ride VT, and you were sitting at home, or not there at least.
No, I was out. I was out and about that night.
Yeah, just not in
phone.
Blacksburg.
I was watching on my phone at the bar, not talking to a single person. Yep. That's what I was doing during that game.
Ron Rivera in Blacksburg with a revenge game on your mind. Friday Night
Jovan.
Lights. You were nowhere to be found in Blacksburg.
I have not been back on that campus unless it was to grab Chick-fil-A or some food on my meal swipes, on my Hokie card. I have not been back on that campus, I don't think, since my sophomore year when I threw up on the drill field 3 times. I was so hungover. And that day I decided I was never going to class again. I was never going back to campus again. I haven't been back since then.
That's just.
It's been probably 10 years.
That's bad. We got to show more heart than that.
They got to earn it, man. They got to earn it.
The
if
fact
you want me
that
on
you
that
haven't been
field,
there, it's probably why they haven't earned it.
Maybe that's what they need.
That's the boost.
I am technically a booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're giving them coin, but not going to any of the games, man.
Hmm.
I feel like you
Jeff,
got
man,
to
I'm telling
get
you.
one yearly game as far as football goes.
Bro, they got to earn it. I say it every year. All they got to do is win one game. All they got to do is do one thing, and they never fucking do.
You need to be the spark is what I'm saying. You can't wait for
Maybe.
them. They're waiting for you.
They could be waiting for me. If they let me run out of the tunnel during Enter Sandman, I'll go back.
Nah.
I'll go back.
Nah.
If they let me lead out the squad like Dabo when he sprints out full speed in front of the team, makes it about himself. If they let me pull a Dabo Sweeney and run out of that damn tunnel during Enter Sandman, I will go back. Make some calls.
Yeah.
Make some calls. Yeah, I'll hold a flag and everything. Aaron Rodgers type. Yep. Make some calls. Okay?
That'd be unreal.
Find a time when they have a college basketball and college football game within 24 hours. That'd be sick, Chaco. That'd be sick. I'll be honest, though, Chaco. I don't know if I have time for that. I'm about to move down to Dallas here in a couple weeks. I don't think I have time to go to Blacksburg. It's 4.5 hours away. Could not be worse timing to go to Blacksburg.
Hey, at least you'll get to see a Hokie game at CBB probably. Don't they play SMU here?
Do they?
Probably do.
Wow, that's actually huge.
And I would assume so.
Dude, you probably have the VT college basketball schedule pinned, right?
Oh yeah,
I think
got
we,
a pen.
I think we looked at this already. And they do.
Don't even try to invite me to that game.
Goots, you're going and you're gonna like it.
You gotta go to that game, Goots.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna have a Goots POD, and you're gonna have maroon and orange on.
Okay.
Those are 4 things I know.
No, I'm wearing the ponies.
I can't believe we have on our website a loss to Duquesne in an exhibition.
That's really bad, Krabs.
81-83.
They play
Really
SMU on
bad.
January 14th at 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
January 14th.
Yep.
Okay.
Midweek Hokies.
I mean, we're going. So get ready. Block off your calendars there.
That's a Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going. We'll be there.
Okay.
Might have to get courtside again.
We'll be there. Yeah, straight up. How do we get those again?
How
Do we make a
close
call?
is that, Sean? Is it close? SMU?
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
It's like 20 minutes.
Got it.
20 minutes.
Nothing
from the
down there's
office.
close, Goots, but it's close for Texas.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's like a stone's throw for down there.
Yeah.
We got Buster 5103 getting involved, dropping a resub. Let's go, Buster. Clap it up for Buster. Clap it up for Buster.
Notre Dame TCU December 5th.
Is that at TCU's?
That's a Friday night. That's at TCU's.
Wow. Goots.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Is it
Notre
Schulmer
Dame.
Arena?
Yeah, on the
Yep.
show.
What if I could one up you, Goots? Notre Dame at Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg, noon,
Yeah.
January 17th.
We're flying back for that.
Good. No, 0 shot.
No shot.
0 shot. All right.
Could be a shot.
God, I'm fucking bricked up for some college basketball. Chad, are you guys bricked up for CBB or what, man? We got 6 days until college basketball. And Dead Larry Bird, I'm not a big cowboy boots guy, I'll be honest. I had some friends who went to Bama, went to, some of these SEC schools from high school. They come back, they're wearing jeans and boots and shit. I'm like, bro, why don't you just be you? Why you got to fucking conform to whatever the hell's going on down there and wearing cowboy boots as a grown-ass man? I don't get it. Maybe it's something. Maybe I don't understand that. Maybe I'm not a Southern boy, right? I get it. But you're either from there or you're not. You can't just go to fucking Bama and throw on cowboy boots and think you're a fucking cowboy. I feel like that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's a little wild.
And you come back to Annapolis, Maryland, you're wearing cowboy boots? Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Fuck
Break the Sperry's back out. Unbelievable.
The Sperry's.
Yeah, Dragon Slayer moving to Texas in a couple weeks. So's Goots. W Goots. Any Goots PODs yet? Goots. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Also found out today that there's a Trader Joe's 14 minutes away from the apartment down there in Texas. So huge.
It's pretty much.
Didn't know if you guys had those down there.
Yeah, we got those.
Didn't know if you had those down there.
They're all over.
Do you have
the
Whole
place.
Foods? You got a Whole Foods down there?
Yeah,
I think Texas has everything.
pretty much everything.
Well,
Yeah, except for Publix.
Except for
unfortunately.
good crab cakes.
They don't have crab
Yeah,
cakes.
you
that's
probably
for
don't
sure,
want crab
Goots.
cakes from too many places down here.
No.
Gonna miss that.
All right. Yeah, they don't got Wegmans. It's gonna be tough.
But they do have Nick and Sam's.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, I'm excited to check that out. Yeah, Dave Martinez burner. I'm moving down there. November 22nd, I believe. Papa Do's is gas. See, that's probably where you lose me, Beef Stewski. Isn't that place in the airport?
No. Papado?
Papado.
Papado, it's a like New Orleans seafood place.
Yeah, I've seen it in
There's
the
one right down the street from the office.
Okay. There's also one in the airport. I've seen it a million times.
Papado?
There's a Papado in the airport. I swear to fucking God.
What airport? The Dallas airport?
The DFW airport. Yep.
Really?
Swear to God.
That's pretty gas. I haven't even seen that.
Swear to God.
I guess I only go to one terminal at DFW.
It's like the biggest fucking restaurant I've ever seen in an airport. It's like 2 levels, bro. It's crazy. I've always wanted to go into Papa Do's.
Shit's gas.
Krabs, you know what they say? Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, good. Good. You all ready for in-person BTLs? Yeah. Let's fucking go, Goots. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I'd like to take a peep. This is a crazy thing, but I want to say it. I want to take a peep at the Wizards splits on Pickett. And then we're going to craft up a squad ride W. Okay, but I want to see if anybody in their right mind is betting on the Wizards. Wow.
No.
Add the Wizards to my card.
Has to be done.
Add the Wizards to my cards. Are we at the point of the season yet where we should be taking the Wizards first half because of their late game collapses and maybe they're tanking already, right? So is that something that needs to be brought up here?
Probably the opposite because Joel Embiid is on a minutes restriction, and those are probably coming majority in the first half.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, go ahead and add the Wizards to my card, folks. Okay. W's. Finn wins. Are you having trouble with the survivor pools? Or are you just saying it hasn't updated yet today? I could text the guy. Let me know. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's get to the squad ride for today. Appreciate the vibes. Appreciate the subbies for today. Goots, if you're around, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Helps. All right, let's lock in. Let's find some squad ride W's. Let me clear this VT basketball schedule out of the way. And the Wizards projected starting lineup. And we can go ahead and lock in here and try to find some winners. Texas State has to go in here, bro.
Yep. Down for that.
Has to go in. Are we putting the Blues back in this puppy?
Do we want to put the Blues back in there?
I think so.
Okay. I was trying to gauge your confidence there.
I think so.
But we also do have to put CBJ in there.
Okay. This might be the first time Jovan hasn't had an over on the card in 4 months. Can we clap it up for Jovan? Let's fucking go.
Yeah. No.
Let's fucking go. We can put any of your plays in here you want today. You got 3 sides. Yep.
That's just.
You got 3 landing sides going on right now.
3 landing sides.
Yep. And a subby from Kyle02. W Kyle02. Appreciate you, Beast. All right. What else you want to put in here? You were sharp in the NBA last night. Do we test our luck again today?
I was going to say, as much as I do obviously think the Knicks are winning, I have bet a lot of short favorites and gotten away with it last handful of NBA days.
Yeah.
So maybe I let one squeak and we go Jays instead.
Okay. I'm down to go Jays +1 now. Do we want to get the Wizards involved in here or no?
Say no, only because there feels like there's some relevant injury stuff that'll be coming out soon in that game. I don't want to get fucked.
Okay. Matt Gauthier, I'm with you, man. That could be an unofficial squad ride. Brad Jackson, less than half a pick. And yes, Sade, I'll be setting up a softball team down there for sure. And we're not going to invite Trent. Everybody else is going to be invited except for Trent. Okay.
No, fuck Trent.
Trent said he's fading the squad ride. So
please,
perfect.
Dude. That would be beautiful.
Perfect. I hope he does. Gives us a better chance to win. All right, dudes. 4 plays, 4 winners. Let's lock in here. Also, side note, cannot wait to do a king of the board 1v1 against Trent next week and put him in his place because for some reason, a guy who the first thing in his bio says fade gods, guy who got famous off of losing, thinks he could beat me in a 1v1, thinks he's a better sports better than me. I cannot wait.
Wait, are you doing
next week.
a full week or are you doing Pickett plan layout? Because he's coming back Thursday or coming back for Thursday.
You know, I'd be open to, I'd let him pick whatever he thinks he has a better chance at.
I think you go pick a plan where it's Thursday night,
pick a plan,
Wales, full weekend, carry it into Monday night even. You might have to.
I'd be down to do a little pick a plan action.
Yeah, get involved.
I'd be down.
Love that.
When he gets back from vacation on Thursday, we can ask him and see what he wants to do. Right? All right. Get those votes in. Hurry up, go, go, go. Hurry up, go, go, go. We got 4 plays, 4 winners. Texas State plus 6.5. The Blues on the ML. The Blue Jackets on the ML. And how about the Blue Jays? A lot of blue here. A lot of blue here, folks. Didn't notice that till right now. A lot of blue. Blue Jays plus 1.0. Blue Jackets, Blues, and Texas State Bobcats. A lot of Bs for the squad ride poll today. Trent said, doesn't matter. I'll win either way. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Okay. Finn wins. Do me a favor. Send me that via DM, and I will happily send those screenshots to the engineer. Also, side note, we are getting a new website up and moving with some new guys who know what they're doing, and we're going to have 0 issues with the website once that comes out in a couple weeks, and that is classified information that nobody else knows about. So Finn wins. I'm happy. I'm happy to pass that along to our guy right now and get that fixed, get that taken care of. I think he can manually go through the logs and fix it as we get another crazy poll for the squad ride here. A photo finish, if you will, with Texas State plus 6.5. It's time to dust off old Krabs, boys.
Dust them off.
It's time to dust them off. Go out there and get a win down there in Texas against JMU. God, fading JMU. Back in the Bobcats. It just feels right. It just feels right. All right. W Stream today. We appreciate you guys. Okay. W Stream. We appreciate you. We'll be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Let's cash the squad ride tonight. Texas State plus 6.5.